Hey guys, it's TanitZero here, and this week's a little bit different than the rest of them, and in that, we're going to be doing a summer content week. That means in 7 days, we're going to be making 7 videos, and because of unforeseen circumstances, we're bringing this out on a Thursday when I originally planned Monday, but I sprained my ankle and a bunch of other random shit happened, and I'm lazy, and it didn't happen until now. But I'm going to allow the rest of this video to play, and it's a little story time with Tanitt and the story I wrote. Anyway, look out for the rest of the videos this week, and have a good day. He wakes to the smell of beans cooking on the stove. On the balls of her feet, his wife walks into the room as he sits on the edge of the bed. They lock eyes briefly. They say nothing, but she nods and walks out of the room. He stands up and gazes out of the open window. A gentle, cool breeze brushes up against his face. The sky is picture perfect. The sky is clear and deep, yet vibrant blue surrounds the sun. On a day like this, he finds it hard to believe that a war is happening just 100 miles across the channel. He walks slowly into the petite kitchen. There are 2 caddy plates laid on the table, holding a small portion of beans and bread. They begin to see the town awaken and hear the rush as men and women walk down the street toward the village center and the factories. The breakfast quickly disappears and they ready themselves for the day ahead. Like every day before it, the wife and the husband walk hand in hand until they finally part ways for the day as they reach the fork in the road that separates the factories and the airfield with the village center. On the walk, he spots clouds coming from the coast. Men around him murmur about storms going over the town, but he pays no attention to it. There is nothing he can do about the rain. Work starts as soon as he steps foot on the airfield. The factory's machines audibly roar up. Planes are flying into the airfield at maximum capacity. After a few hours of intense work, their supplies run low. "Hey, can you go get some parts from the factory?" his partner asked. He nods and swiftly leaves the hangar and heads across the runway to the factory. Clouds now cover the sky and seem to get darker with every second. He reaches the factory just as it starts to rain. He runs down the hallways to find the parts he needs before the storm gets worse. The rain begins to pound on the roof of the factory. He and 3 other men are gathering parts from the shelves, when, as quickly as lightning, the very roof that protected them falls in. He wakes in a bed that is not his own. Confused and disoriented, around the room he looks. He sees nurses tending to other men lying in beds similar to his own, and others writhing in pain as rough bandages cover their wounds. As he moves his head, he feels a sharp, intense pain in the back of his neck. He goes to move his arm to the rub and soothe the pain away, but nothing happens. His arm does not move. His entire body cannot move. With all of his might, he tries to move his lifeless body, but hope is as bleak as the fluorescent lights that hung above him. He lays there helplessly listening to the wail and sharp crash of the bomb striking down the seemingly defenseless city. He cannot see the city, for the windows are closed, but he can imagine. He sees the ruins and dead bodies that fill the streets. The rain falls and creates a river of blood. He shakes his head violently, trying to rid the image from his mind. It made him want to scream, but when he tries, all that comes is the feeling of fear, and his will begins to wane with every explosion. The doctors tell him he is hapless, without any luck. He's defeated by the weight that is war, the world, and life itself. Time is nothing but a blur. He numbly lies in his bed watching people come in on stretchers and leave with white sheets covering their bodies. It goes on forever, until he sees his beloved wife. She wears a radiant orange dress. Immediately thoughts race through his mind. Does she know? Will she still love me? Calmly, she comes over to his bed and sits down in the chair beside him. I, he mumbles. Shh, she consoles as she leans forward and takes a hold of one of his hands. She, with a gentle smile, rubs the ice-cold hand. They lock eyes and they both begin to cry, as the world is being torn apart all around them. All the while they cry, she squeezes his hand as hard as she can, hoping to squeeze hard enough for the both of them.